In the previous video, you have seen how to create your own custom templates for GD Rating System plugin. Now we'll see how we can customize those templates. Let's open the template we created for stars rating. This template was modified to remove current user rating value. So this template displays stars and text. Also, if template is used after voting, so this is the place we check for that, it will display a thank you message for when the vote is saved, and also it has option to display please wait message that will be displayed once while the vote is sent to server. As I have said in the previous video, this should not be moved and removed, and the same goes for the start of the template here, because this is important for use with other plugin elements that will need to hook into the template rendering. So first thing you can modify and customize is display of stars, and this function here displays the star rating block. To customize it, there are a few things you can set. This function here, this method here, uses various ratings that are supplied as an array of settings. Here is the list of currently supporting settings. They are all described in a separate tutorial in the knowledge base, and each of these value is described. For now we will use these two here. So first one will allow rating, that is default value, and the second one is what to show. This will show overall rating here. So the overall rating is 4.25. If you change this to on, rating block will no longer display overall rating, it will display current user rating. So I have voted 5 for this rating block, and that is displayed here. Rating text is a separate issue, and it isn't affected by this. In some cases you will like to show user only its own rating without revealing the overall rating of the rating block, so this is the way to do it. You can practically show own rating instead of the overall rating. And you can disable rating regardless of settings currently. Sorry, this needs to be false. So allow rating set to false will disable rating block. As you can see right now I can vote, but if you reload the new template, rating block is no longer active and it cannot receive ratings. Okay, we'll bring that back to active. Next thing you can set is rating text. In similar fashion, it has an array of settings. Again, separate template, separate tutorial in the knowledge base has all this described. First we have before and after. This can be any HTML you want, and for now I will demonstrate this by setting this to practically wrap the rating text inside the emphasis tag. As you can see, it's changed now. It is wrapped inside the EM emphasis tag. Next, you can hide the maximum value. Show max will set show max is set to false, so as you can see, it displays rating only as a current rating value. But if we switch this to true, you can see it's 4.25 from 5, and we have 5 votes. So this will display maximum rating value allowed for this rating block. And you can set templates for rating text and votes text. By default, it shows rating. This is the format you will see, and both of these can be modified. Let's say you want to display only this without the rating word. We'll set this as a template. And we'll also modify string for votes. This string has two different elements. It's singular and plural, so we need two values. So it's a singular. We are using from number of votes here, but you can change that to say only this without using the word from. So we have removed rating word, this, and rating word from. We'll add a dot here. This is the short form. You can modify it further if you need to. There are more examples included with the plugin, with the tutorial in the knowledge base, and you can check it there. It also describes the format we used here. It has to be compatible with the format plugin uses by default, but you can make changes to better fit whatever you want to display in regard with your team and overall website looks. Let's also change the message user sees when the vote is saved. Okay. And if we vote here, let's say this. here is the new message displayed here. So as you can see, there are many things you can change, and you can add a lot of things here. This is a plain HTML and PHP code, so you can make any modifications you want. Let's say we want to add a horizontal line here. For instance. So there are many things you can do, many things you can modify, and you can include your own custom markup to better style this form. And when it comes to styling, each rating block has own set of CSS classes applied. So this is our rating block here, and as you can see, there are a lot of classes applied here. They are added through this call here, and you can add your own class like this. We'll call it my rating block. If you refresh the page now, you will see it here, my rating block. So practically we have added another class to the rating block, and we can use that class for styling purposes. Let's say we want to use it here. So for instance, I can do something like this. Let's check it out. We have added a border around our rating block. This way you can make different modifications to the rating block and style it differently. And let's say we want also to make changes to this here. This is rating text. We'll make it bigger and in red. And here it is. So practically you can use this CSS classes here to target rating block. You can also use default classes. It is not necessary to add your own, but depending on how you use your templates and how much styling you want to apply and where, it is a good idea to have your own CSS classes that will make it easier for you to track all the changes you have added for styling the rating block. We have also created custom template for star rating widget for rating list, and let's see that in action. We'll add rating list widget here, and we'll make some changes. So we will use our custom widget template, and we will display something like this. We'll set some custom colors. Okay. And here is the rating block. So let's say we want only to display rating without stars. We'll remove this line here. Very easy. In the same way, you can remove text, for instance, and only have stars displayed like this. As you can see, by default this displays a list, and if you don't like the list, you can make any HTML you want. The way these functions work is pretty much the same as with single rating templates, and you can also check out parameters or arguments you can use in the knowledge base tutorial for a separate star rating list templates. The same way, you can customize the text. So for instance, if we want to show simpler text and in line with the rating block, we can do something like this. We'll use shorter example we created already for this template here, so we will copy it here. As you can see, we have displayed this in line with the title of the post, and the rating stars are below. This is the beauty of templates approach, because you can use HTML any way you want. You can use CSS to adjust the styling further, and plugin offers plenty of options you can customize. You can use to customize the rating block or the rating text, and make rating block or rating list look whatever you want them to be. And you can do all that without making modifications to the plugin through custom templates you create for your own team.